Hey guys, it's Anya, otherwise known as Pink Sweets here on YouTube, and today I'm going to do a video featuring Juvia's Place. Recently, I placed an order to Juvia's Place ordering their Saharan 2 palette, which is the only palette of theirs that I do not own, or did not own, and they sent me a few other things. So this is the Saharan 2 palette. I absolutely love it. It's beautiful, and I always think the artwork is just gorgeous. And this one, with it being purple, purple is one of my favorite colors. And this is what the inside looks like. Now, this looks like a very neutral palette when you first look at it, but wait till you see it on my eyes. I know that has like pops of color, but some of the shades don't look exactly the way that they do in the palette on your eyes. So you'll see that in the video. I did use this palette when I did my own look on Mother's Day when I went out with my mom. So along with that, they sent along this, which is the Empress Lip Collection, and this is in the shade Madame. I love, again, the packaging. The artwork is beautiful, and inside are 2 liquid lipsticks, and this is what they look like. So one of them is matte. If I could get them out of the packaging, that would be good. There we go. This is the matte shade, and they're both the same tone, but one of them is matte, which is this one, and the other one is actually metallic, which I think is really cool. So you get the same shade, but one is matte and one is metallic, and that's how most of their lip sets go. So this is the matte one. This is metallic. You can't tell as well in the swatches, but on the lips you can definitely tell. And I like both of them. I have tried them out, and I love their liquid lipstick formula. They have a little bit of like a sweet scent, but not a strong scent. And it does go away once you put it on your lips. And in terms of longevity, they last a very long time, and they're very comfortable on the lips as well. So that is always a plus. And this is probably the last video you're going to see with my hair needing to be colored because I can't stand it. And I will be coloring it probably in the next 2 days since I have my parents' anniversary party to go to this weekend. And then they also sent along this little brush set. So this comes with 3 brushes. I think it retails for about $18. And the liquid lipstick set is also $18. This has 3 brushes. This one here, and I love how the bristles are 3 colors. One is, it's cream, chocolate, and pink. And I think that's like a blush or a contour type of brush. This is a powder brush. Ooh, they're so soft. And that's what this looks like. And then the last one is, I believe it said it was a highlighter brush, or it could be a crease brush, because I have a brush from Morphe that is in similar size. They don't say anything on them except for Juvia's. So they feel really nice. Sorry, packaging crinkling. And I can't wait to use them today. So let's get started. I already did my eyebrows. I did go back to using my e.l.f. Pencil. So yeah, and we're just gonna try this eyeshadow palette today. So like I said, I did try it one other time, but I just didn't film it. So I'm going to use my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot today. And I'm just going to pop that on. So you guys, I know I always talk about the weather, but I'm going to talk about it again because something happened. So lately we've been having these crazy, crazy storms, and we've been having a lot of rain to the point that we have flooding almost. And yesterday my mom asked me to let her dogs out because they were going to be gone for a longer period of time than she was comfortable leaving them by themselves. So of course I said yes, and I'm dropping stuff already. So of course I said yes, and I went to her house and I fell. I got out of the car and I fell, and I kind of really injured myself. I fell on my hip. I didn't expect to fall because there was mud between the driveway and the walkway. There's like a little patch of grass and I fell and I didn't expect to fall on my hip. And yeah, so I didn't brace myself with anything. So that was fun. All right, I'm just swatching this one shade to see if I want to use that. Okay, so first I'm actually gonna do a little bit different than what I did for Mother's Day. I'm gonna go in with this, straight in with this shimmery, like duochrome, reddish, pinkish, coppery shade, I guess would be the best way to describe it. I know some people don't like to go into the crease with shimmers, but I don't mind it personally. So I'm going to use that first. That is beautiful. That is really stunning. That would be good as a lid shade as well. I really like that. So I'm going to start with that. So yeah, so today I'm really sore. I didn't know if I was going to film a video or not, but I really wanted to, because I just felt like maybe putting on makeup would make me feel better in terms of pain and in terms of, I don't know, this dreary weather gets to you sometimes when it's literally been a week of just raining. And whenever I film for you guys, it always makes me feel better, usually. So I thought, why not? And I guess I was kind of concerned when I fell too, because you guys know I have a chronic illness and I haven't talked about it yet as much, but ankylosing spondylitis does cause fusion in your bones. And it kind of worried me because whenever you get injured, it can, trigger fusion. So that kind of scared me. But I'm hoping that I'm just a little bit bruised. I did whack my arm, but I don't know. When I fell, I expected to see like blood and bruises just everywhere. And my hip is a little bit bruised, but overall, I wouldn't say that I'm that banged up looking, just feeling. So now we're going to go in with this shade here, which looks like a brownish red. But when you put it on the eyes, it kind of almost translates as like a pinkish red. So I'm just going to put that on the very outer part. And I am dragging it out far and making it very messy because I'm going to use my makeup wipe to wipe away the outer part and kind of create that cat eye shape. But see how it turned it to like a reddish pink? So it does look like it's going to be more neutral in the palette, but then when you put it on, it's very bright and almost like a fuchsia red, which I really like a lot. I have a lot of burgundy eyeshadows, so I was thinking to myself, I don't really need another burgundy eyeshadow. So I was kind of glad that this one was a bit of a different tone than I expected it to be. Oh, and this is a MAC 217, by the way. This is a limited edition one, so that's why it looks a little bit different. I'm gonna use, let's see, I'm gonna go in with my Wet n Wild flat shader brush, and I'm going to go back into that metallic-y color because I don't want to lose that on the outer edge of that. That is so pretty. Gorgeous. And don't forget, you can always see close-ups of these looks on Instagram, which is at Pink Sweets with a 1 instead of an I. I don't remember if I said that in my intro. I don't think I did today. But if I did, I'm sorry, I'm saying it again. And thank you guys so much for all the love you've been giving me on Instagram as well. That really means a lot to me. I'm going to be going in with this beautiful bright blue metallic shade. I'm going to go in first with it dry because I want you to see how pigmented it is without even wetting the brush. I'm bringing that all the way into the inner corner. I mean, gosh, this is so pretty. Oh, look at that. That's so pretty. I don't even think I need to wet the brush at all. And I know this is a bit of a crazy look with the different shades, but you know me. I like bright colors. I like crazy colors. I could have gone in with this beautiful peachy gold as well on the inner corner. Maybe I should have done that to do something a little different, but I feel like not using this blue would have just been a sad, sad thing. We're also going to use this mint green. This is the peachy gold that I was talking about that I could have used. That would have been pretty as well. Oh, goodness. Look at that. That is pretty. I could have used that as well. We are going to go in with this shade right here, which is very pretty. We're going to wait until we finish doing our face before we go in with that in the inner corner. And then I'm just going to go back in with that metallic, like pinkish red, and just re-intensify that, kind of mixing it with the blue. You guys, my next video, don't quote me on this, but I think my next video is going to be on the Kat Von D 10-year anniversary palette, which I did purchase. I'm so excited to use it. One of the reasons I'm so excited to use it is because I've been looking on YouTube and I've been seeing a lot of different looks done with it. And I'm so excited because normally when a palette comes out, it's like very obvious right off the bat what kind of look somebody's going to do with it. You know, like the KKW and Mario palette, everyone did like blue on the lid and neutral, you know, everywhere else. Or they did neutral on the lid and like blue underneath, you know. And I felt like that was very much like, you know, very typical of a lot of palettes where you look at a palette and everybody sees the same look that they're going to do with it. And then after that, it's like, what do you do with it? So when the Kat Von D 10-year anniversary palette came out, I was so excited to see that I haven't seen anybody do the same look twice. So I thought that was pretty amazing. I'm going to go ahead and do my foundation off camera, and I will be right back to show you guys the powder products and all that stuff, and we'll keep going with the lower lash line. So I'll be right back. It'll only take a second for you guys. Okay, so what I did was I went in with my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer as my foundation, and then I used the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer as my concealer just underneath my eyes. Since I used a concealer all over my face, I didn't feel like I really needed to conceal anywhere else. So now we're going to go in with, let's see here. I'm going to go in with my MAC, no, not my MAC, my Maybelline Better Skin Superstay Powder. And for reference, I'm in the shade, what shade am I? It does not say. Awesome. I'm in the lightest shade, so I believe it's 10. I'm not positive though. And I'm going to use this big Juvia's Place powder brush. It's very dense, so I feel like it's good to even set under the eyes and not just all over the face. So that is what I'm going to do today. And then I'm just going to pack that all over. I just didn't feel like messing with a setting powder today. So I'm just popping that, kind of pressing that into my skin so that it'll stay longer. I really like this brush for this. I feel like it's very good for packing and for buffing. So I definitely see myself using this brush. I know that they have an eye brush set that has been sold out that I've been eyeing, that I want to get, that has the same bristles. So I think as soon as that comes into stock, I will probably purchase it and then review that on my channel as well. Okay, so now we're going to use something that I'm so excited about, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. So you guys know I love my butter bronzer, right? Well, Physicians Formula released this. It is a butter bronzer palette. This is in medium deep. I've told you guys before, there's 2 shades of bronzer. There is the light bronze, and then there's the bronzer shade. And I like the bronzer shade just because I feel like even the light bronze, even for my skin tone, is it's a little light. I mean, I use it as well, but I prefer the deeper one. So this is what she looks like. You get a perfume, which smells like all these products. You get the butter bronzer, which is almost a full size. You get a blush, which is a full size. And you get 2 limited edition highlighter shades, which these highlighters are blinding. I mean blinding. This one is a little bit more sheer. This one is a little bit more pigmented, but these highlighters, man, they're crazy. They feel wet on this, like on when you swipe in them. Look at that. I also have some concealer on my hand. But yeah, I mean, woo, so excited. So I'm going to use the bronzer, like contour brush, and I'm going to go in with the bronze shade. Ooh, wow. Okay, so this picks up way more product than what I'm used to. This might be more suitable for blush, but now I feel like I have to even out the other side. Okay, I'm going to go back into that brush for blush, and I'm going to go into a more fluffy shade and kind of blend that out. That is crazy, you guys. Okay, that was so much more pigmented than I expected. So I'm just gonna, I'll fix that in a minute if I need to. I think I also didn't fully set my forehead, so that might also be why it was so pigmented, but I'm gonna go a little bit in with my beauty blender and kind of blend that out. That was crazy. It was almost a poop contour situation, right? If you guys know what that's from, comment down below. So I'm just gonna, I do feel, honestly, so far as if this bronzer is more pigmented than in the compact. I don't know if it's because it's smaller and more densely packed, but I definitely feel like it shows up on my skin a little bit deeper than it normally would. Let me see if the shade names are on the back. Butter bronzer in deep bronzer. Okay, so that is different because my normal Physicians Formula, do I have it? I think I see it. My normal Physicians Formula bronzer, let's see, this is the light bronzer. I don't have the other one, but the other one is just called bronzer. So this is actually deep bronzer. So I'm glad that they made that. Maybe not for my skin, but I always felt like the 2 shades that they had, like neither one of them would work for a darker skin tone. And while I don't think that this one is super deep either, I do feel like it is deeper than any of the ones they had before. So if they were to come out with some deeper shades of this, I think that would definitely be helpful to darker skin tones. So I think that's really good. Okay, now we're gonna go back into the brush that we used for the bronzer. So I was thinking, am I crazy or is this darker than what I'm used to, right? So we're gonna go into that blush, which is called Vintage Rouge, and the blushes are the same no matter what shade you get. So I'm just gonna have to be light-handed with that bronzer. I wonder what the lighter one is called then. Is it a different shade or is it light bronzer? I'm gonna have to look that up online because I bought 3 of these. I mean, I can still see myself using the bronzer. This blush I don't feel like is that pigmented, but I feel like the butter blushes are very light. I mean, you guys are probably like, that is pigmented. For me, I like a very, you know, in your face blush. All right, so now I can't decide which highlighter I want to do. I think I'm gonna do Galactic, which is the more lavenderish shade. I've been eyeing that, and I'm gonna use this Juvia's brush, the one that they said was for highlight, although I need to spray my face. And I really like spraying my face before I put on highlighter because I feel like it intensifies it, and I like an intense highlight. I like intense everything. Who am I kidding? When it comes to makeup, I should specify. Okay, that's crazy. That is like see you from the moon highlighter. And all I did was this. That's it. Wow. That is nuts. I mean, that is just intense. I'm just gonna look at the bigger mirror. Yeah, that's intense. That's awesome though. Good, go Physicians Formula. I'm just gonna, I like this brush a lot for a highlighter too, especially nose highlighter. I feel like a lot of the other highlighter brushes that I have don't really, I don't know, I feel like they just don't get the nose as thinly as this one does, and I feel like this one is awesome. Just gonna do a little bit on my forehead. I think I'm actually gonna put a little bit of that other one, which is called Full Moon, on top. I know you're like, what? But I feel like the lilac-y one leaves a little bit of a cast when I'm looking forward. And I feel like this one will help with that cast. I mean, I just look crazy now. Okay. All right. So we're highlighted. We are definitely highlighted. I'm going to take my powder brush and just kind of, I don't know what I'm trying to do, but that's it. Intense even for me, I think. I think I need a little bit more of an intense blush though with this look, with this highlight. So I'm going to go into my Coastal Scents blush palette, which looks like this, and I'm just going to take a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Oh, that's pigmented. Yeah. See, I like a really kind of heavy blush, and especially if I'm gonna do the deeper bronzer, the crazy highlight, and then if the blush is just, I don't think it looks very good. I am gonna buff that out though, because there we go. It's a little bit intense even for me. Okay. All right. I think we are definitely highlighted, bronzed, and blushed, right? This even looks a little sweaty. Okay, back into the palette. So we're gonna go in with this Morphe M432, which is a liner brush, and I'm gonna use this one right here, this metallic burgundy-ish shade. I'm gonna line my waterline and my lower lash line with that. That is so pretty. It's so intense and it's so shimmery, and it's kind of like a duochrome shade because it's burgundy, but it has like a flash of pink, which I love. This is just going to be an intense look all over, because when we put that liquid lip on, woo. Now I'm just taking the bright blue and I'm bringing it around to make sure it's in the inner corner. so that when I put the lighter blue on top of it, it'll give it that duochrome effect. Okay. And then, I guess I'll use the same brush. I'm going to go into that mint green. It's a duochrome shade. And it almost looks silver. That was too much. I should not wear black shirts when I do my makeup, you guys. I get makeup literally all over the place. Okay. Now I'm just going to pop that. I mean, wow. Look at what that did. It's like a mermaid effect. This is very much like Lumi pigment, in my opinion. And in the pan, it just looks like it's going to be like a icy blue silver. But wow, when you put that on top of that bright blue, I mean, it just... I'm actually going to put a little bit of it on the lid too. I think I grabbed a little too much. I don't think I'm using the right brush for this, but I still think it looks good. Yeah, that is intense. Love it. Okay. Now, do I want liner? That is the question. Usually I do put on liner, so I guess I'll go in with my, as I drop 50 brushes, I will go in with my Lancome Le Crayon in black. You guys have seen me use this 100 times. Unless this is your first video, which then you haven't seen me use it ever. Gosh, I love that green or icy blue, that duochrome. Oh, it just is like magic. Okay. Now we're going to go in with the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir mascara. I'm trying to use up this little sample so that I can justify buying the full size. I think I need to just do it because when mascara gets older, which this is now older, it starts to flake occasionally. And I don't like that. I don't think anybody does. This is an intense look, you guys. But I love it. This is actually even more intense than what I wore on Mother's Day. Because for Mother's Day, I just wore the burgundy matte shade by itself. And so it kind of looked like pink and blue. Or like magenta and blue. Without that coppery duochrome shade. Which I really love that mixed in. Okay, now that it took me 10 years to put on mascara, let's go ahead and set our face, which I should have probably done before mascara, only because then you get your mascara lashes wet. That's all right. Okay. I'm using the Milani Make It Last setting spray, which I absolutely love, and especially for drugstore, but overall, like, it compares to my high-end sprays, and I'm almost out of it, so I'm actually going to Walgreens today, so I will probably be repurchasing it today. I think I might buy 2 just so I don't run out, or if they discontinue it. So I'm going to use the metallic one in the shade Madame, again by Juvia's Place, that they sent over. And last time I used this, I used a lip liner with it. So I kind of wanted to just see on its own. I don't think that I have ever found a formula that I like as much as Jeffree Star. And this one, I love it. Let's try that again. I love it. And I would say that I would put it on the same ish level. I don't know. I don't feel like I've worn it enough to say 100%. That's like already dry. I wouldn't say that I've tried it enough that I can say 100% like, yes, this is as good as Jeffree Star, but I definitely think it is very, very comparable. And that's what it looks like. Ugh, I have this little breakout right there. It's almost that time of the month, and so I'm looking bloated and feeling bloated and having a breakout. That is usually, knock on wood, the only time that I end up with any kind of breakouts. So I am lucky in that sense, but when I do get them, I'm like, oh, what do I do with my life? So, oh, my hair is just driving me nuts. I need to recolor it. So this is what the final look looks like. I will post close-ups on my Instagram. I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I really am enjoying this, so thank you, Juvia's Place. These brushes are amazing. Thank you again. And as always, I didn't expect any less from this palette because Juvia's Place literally has the best eyeshadow formula on the planet. So definitely check them out. Most beauty bloggers that are affiliated with Juvia's Place, I am not yet affiliated with them, but most beauty bloggers that are do have a discount code that gets you 10% off. So I know I usually use Babs Beauty. I think her code is Babs Beauty or Babs, I forget. But that's the one I normally use, but you can, whatever your favorite beauty blogger is, you can use their code, and they're already a great price. So I definitely recommend you check them out, and thank you, Juvia's Place, for being amazing. So thank you guys again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.